Welcome to episode 3 of Behind the Basket. Today we have a very special guest with us today. Hamish Harper, welcome.
Shockers, boys. Good to be here.
The GOAT.
Fuck
Needed to
yeah.
get a baller on
The,
the chat ball.
Ready to talk some mayo.
so pretty much, sorry about the late post, by the way, guys. It's been a while, but we're back. Um,
Your boy was busy.
Everyone was busy, bro. We're busy as. Um, we Today we're going to go through like pretty much just a recap over the past like week in the NBA. Run through our player of the week, our team of the week. We did this on the last episode, so we'll do the same thing. And then we'll also run through player awards. So like your MVP, Rookie of the Year, Six Man, etc. Um, and then we'll probably dive into cheeky little draft, cheeky little starting five draft.
Ooh,
Um, so yeah.
wonder what that entails.
We'll start it off with Jesse. You start off with your player and team of the week.
Yeah, so I'll start off with my player of the week. My player of the week was Luka Doncic. Um yeah, over the past 5 game, Luka's averaged
Smart pick, smart.
33 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists. The Lakers haven't had like compared to some other teams, haven't had the best week, but again, Luka, but they have been injured. But Luka, despite the injuries, has been very good with LeBron being out. And yeah, he's just been putting up MVP numbers. It's starting to looking like the Luka that we saw at the Mavericks, but before he got traded to the Lakers. And yeah, I think his game kind of this week spoke for itself. And then yeah, my team of the week was actually the Portland Trailblazers. They had a 4-1 week. They were second in rebounding. So yeah, second in the NBA in rebounding, and they're not going to make the play in my opinion. Like obviously Dallas and Phoenix are ahead of them, and they'll be better than them. But again, they're putting pressure on them two teams to win games, and making it interesting with already a very stacked Western Conference. So shout out to the Portland Trailblazers for having a mint week.
Nice, nice. Yeah, Braden, you want to go through?
All right, so my player of the week this week was Quentin Grimes on the 76ers. I don't know if you guys have been seeing the numbers he's putting up. I mean, 76ers aren't making the
Great
playoffs
call.
or play-ins, but it's good to see a player on that team at least showing some heart because it seems like that whole kind of core fell apart. Good to see
Another
someone
Nico
still out
Harrison
there.
fumble.
Yeah, that's a
Generational
generational fumble.
trade at the moment.
That's a generational fumble, but I think Quentin Grimes for my player of the week. He's been averaging just under 30 for like the past 8 games, I think, on like 50% shooting. Um, which yeah, like I said, it's good to see a player um on the 76ers still showing heart because it seems like everyone kind of just gave up over there. And then my team of the week goes to my team, the Houston Rockets. We just snapped a 8 game win streak, I think it was. But um, yeah, it was only the Nuggets we lost
Yourselves
to, not
credit,
by
bro. It
much.
was
So
9.
9.
Tough,
Give
Damn.
yourselves
tough.
credit. The Rockets had a
Where did
fun.
you? Where did you?
Yeah,
Yeah, my
they've been
bad.
hooping, bro.
Yeah, so yeah, 9 game win streak. Just got snapped by Denver today.
Hmm.
Um, but wasn't a big blowout or a big loss. I think it was only by 7, 8 points or something. So I think as our team we can kind of live with that. But yeah, been playing well.
Yeah, great picks. Hamish, a special guest. You want to go through yours?
Yeah, well, funnily enough, to back up, I've actually got the Houston Rockets as my team of the week as well. Yeah, they're coming off the back of 9 straight, and yeah, they're just putting their prowess to show. They're like right up there, number 2 seed now. They got the third ranked defensive rating and fifth in opponent field goal percentage. So look, they're showing some colors, and I think they can give some teams a scare, even though they are young, but they're definitely pushing on. They look the goods so far. And my player of the week is actually shout out to one of my favorite players who's just got on with his business. And that's Kevin Durant. He is cooking lately. Really trying to put the Phoenix Suns in a position to get into the playoffs. And that 42 piece against Cleveland was a statement. So yeah, shout out KD.
Nice, nice. Yeah, no, Braden's fuming right now.
Bum.
No. Braden's a
Bro's a
Kevin
bum.
Durant.
Wow, you're a
Dude,
KD hater. Oh
He
man.
full-time
hates
Kevin Durant
KD.
hater.
Yeah.
No, come on now. Come on now. The efficiency's been off tap lately. There's nothing to hate.
Yeah.
Amen Thompson's better than KD apparently.
Dude, I never said that.
That's egregious. That's egregious. The tapes are there, boys. Like,
Um, my player of the week was Kawhi Leonard. He's been unreal for the Clippers recently. They only just lost to the Thunder today, by 2 points. Um, Kawhi's been averaging 28, 9, and 4 with 2 steals a game, off 60% from the field goal and 52 from three. They had a big win over the Cavs, over the Grizzlies, and yeah, as I said, the close loss against the Thunder. And yeah, Kawhi's been a massive, like he's excelled way better than I thought he would. Like he's got, like slowly getting back into his role of like an elite NBA player, like top 10 NBA player. He's getting back into that, which is good to see. And my team of the week is the Suns. They're in a must-win like mode right now. Like they have to get some wins to try and get the play in and like compete. So that's my team of the week. They're on a 3 game winning streak. They beat the Cavs by 11, as you said, when KD had that 42 point game. Beat the Kings, which is ahead, like they're ahead of them in the rankings on the West right now. And KD's been impressive for them. 28 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and Booker as well. I want to shout out Booker, 26 points and 10 assists a game, which is like it's good to see like Booker's starting to take on that playmaking role that we thought Tyus Jones would have picked up. But yeah, no, it's good to see that
what happened?
yeah, it's just what happens. So yeah, it's good to see Booker is like starting to build a playmaking role for that team, which is definitely needed.
Yeah, I feel like that
Um,
Tyus Jones has kind of been a bit like it's just proven to be like not what they expected it to be.
yeah, he was like I remember him on the
Underwhelming, I think.
Grizzlies.
He was
Underwhelming,
like the
yeah,
best
correct.
backup. He was like the best backup guard in the league. Like
Bro,
when it came to
he,
playmaking and just all around like good assist to turnover ratio kind of guard,
yeah, I
like
was
a
just about
guard
to
you'd want to
say.
have come off your bench if that makes sense.
Yeah, correct. And he was absurd for the Grizzlies, and that's what I expected when he went to the Suns. I was like, he's gonna jump into that role, like play
Just
make
didn't work
for the
out. It's
Suns,
the
like
same
just
same as Bradley Beal over at the Suns. Like he just hasn't seemed like he's fit that role that well that he got on Washington and
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, I guess not all players fit all teams, so
Mm.
Yeah,
Like whilst we're on the Suns, like they just had no direction all season. I feel like
yeah.
there's no
yeah.
They didn't
like
know.
identity on either side
Mm,
of the floor. They
yeah.
don't have go-to sets.
Mm,
It's just other than
I feel
getting
like it's just
the best
Devin.
guys the ball. Like
Yeah,
mm.
Devin and KD ISOs like, and it's just kind of like play off them
it
too.
hits a limit. Like at
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
Yeah.
stage, like
exactly.
on a basketball
Yeah.
court, it's easy to defend at some
Do
stage.
you reckon a bit of it has like, well, sorry, not a bit. A lot of it has to do with the head coach.
I've rated Bud in the past, like, and like he's
Yeah,
done jobs
I've
for
rated Bud.
teams. Like
Yeah,
I think you don't know enough, really. Like if
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
Like he's
hard to
led the
say.
Bucks to the finals, like well, didn't lead the Bucks to the finals, but he's the coach for the Bucks in the
Going
finals,
into the
which
season, I thought
Yeah.
he would have been good for him, like knowing
yeah,
like what he's
yeah,
about, and, like what he's done. But I guess
just
cookie
been
crumbles.
disappointing. That's just
Yeah.
Mm.
anyway. We'll move on to the player awards now. We're getting into the main segment here. Should we start it off with the MVP? We'll kind of just go through like I'll say my vote, Jesse will say his, Braden will say his, and then Ham will say his.
Okay, cool,
Um,
cool.
my vote for MVP, it's so tough. It's a 2 man race. It's Jokic Shea. It's Jokic Shea. But I think I'm gonna give it to Jokic. I think Jokic is definitely deserving of it. Like averaging a triple double, like near 30-point triple double. Um, the only thing that's like making me lean not towards him is the past couple games he hasn't been in, and he hasn't been like I don't know if that's going to affect him in the race at all, but it'd be good to see him come back and like play at a high level again, like play at what he's been playing at, and he when he's on the court, he is absurd. He is leading that Nuggets offensively like crazy. Like everyone looks like unreal on that court when Jokic is on there. So that's my vote for MVP.
Yeah, no, look, Dob, I'm the same as you. I think voters fatigue's a real thing, so I do think Shea will win it, but my pick is Jokic. I just don't think like I think um Mike Malone said it in a press conference after one of their games. He's like, if you put player A, player B, got rid of the names, and like didn't know who was what, and you put the stats side by side, I think if you know NBA, you would pick Jokic. Like
Yeah,
Jokic is the most
definitely.
dominant. Yeah. Um, but yeah, as I said, voters fatigue's a real thing. I think Shea will win it regardless, but my vote would go to Jokic. Um, but that's not to take away from what Shea's also done this year either. He's had
Yeah,
such
correct. Yeah.
a dominant scoring year. Um, and like he's broken like he has broken scoring records, like regular season records. But yeah, my vote's Jokic for this one. I think
Nice. Yeah.
you know it on the head. He's the hub of the Denver offense. They run everything through him. Um, there's not a weakness in his game essentially besides speed. But like again, is that good? It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, you boys just cut out there for a sec. Um, yeah, my bad. So I'm with you boys on that one. My MVP is Jokic, but then again, like the best ability is availability at the same time. I feel like Shea has played a lot. But if you were just to look at scoring as a whole, you would say Shea is the MVP. He's like 300 points in front of the next person in scoring, which is crazy. But like I said, there's so much more to a basketball game than just scoring. It's
Yeah,
impact on the floor, play efficiency rating, et cetera, et cetera. Um, like Dobby said, every time that Jokic is on the floor, that Nuggets team offensively just works. When you see Jokic off that floor, um, and you have rather Jamal Murray or Russ bringing the ball up, everyone just stands around like they don't really know what to do sometimes. It gets very static. As in when
Mm.
Jokic is on, there's a lot of cutting, there's a lot of running, and yeah, he just changes the game offensively a lot. And I feel like we've seen the Thunder win without Shea,
Mm.
but the Nuggets winning without Jokic, I haven't seen as much as that. I could be wrong, but every
Dead
time
set
he's on
wrong.
the
It's
floor,
impossible just about for them. Like
yeah, exactly.
they
I've seen him win a
struggle.
couple, like a few games without him, but with him on there, everything just clicks. So yeah, my vote there would definitely be Jokic.
Yeah, I hate to keep it boring, boys, but I have the same pick in Jokic, and we've all backed the underdog here. But like yeah, similar calls for me. Like he's just like when he's on the court, like he's on the on-off numbers are incredible. Like the Nuggets are 20 points, like net rating better when he's on the court as opposed to when he's off, and like
Mm.
that's third season running.
Mm.
And like you feel it this season, man. Like they can't operate without like the hub of their offense, and
Yeah,
like that's
definitely.
what Jokic is. I think he's just a complete and utter difference maker for their team. Like where like Shea deserves some credit for sure. He's having a top guard season of all time. Like efficiency wise, like he shoots well over 50% from the field. Every game that he has 40 is like he's hovering around 50%. Like so, like like credit where it's due. He's powering that Thunder team to like an
Yeah.
all time season right now where they're extremely young. They're easily the best team. Like they've been the best team in the league this season, not
Yeah.
easily, but like so he's having it like credit to where it's due. But I think just the difference is where you see what Jokic does with and without. And like when you talk about most valuable player, he's the most valuable player to their team. So,
I
for
was
me, that's the key
literally,
difference there.
literally just about to
Yeah.
highlight that. It's called most valuable player for a reason, and
Mm.
Jokic is the most valuable player. like 100%. Like we
Hmm.
cannot deny it. I think he's probably, not probably, I think he is the number one NBA player in the world right now. Number one basketball player in the world right now.
Yeah.
Like without a doubt in my
Yeah,
mind.
and like, there's no question about that. Like like if there was a question of like, oh, Shea is the best player in the world, then like we're talking differently. But
Yeah,
right
exactly.
now, that is
Definitely
Nikola
is
Jokic.
Jokic. Correct.
The like the other thing in this race that I wanted to touch on was like it looks very similar to me as a sort of season like Westbrook Harden season in 2017, like without the voters fatigue, like for Russell Westbrook, of course. But Russell Westbrook was a 6 seed, and he like did phenomenal things, like average a triple double, went ballistic, like that was a crazy Russell Westbrook season. James Harden was a 1 seed, like the impact that he was making to winning, and like Shea's putting up crazy numbers, crazy
Mm,
scoring numbers, but like you see what Nikola Jokic and James Harden contribute to winning. I think, and that's Shea does it on a different level to Westbrook, but I think that's a key point.
yeah,
I
definitely.
also think that the OKC just like you take both those star players off, and like OKC is still like a playoff team, arguably. Like you know what I mean, without
Yeah,
Shea,
Yeah,
and you take Jokic off that Denver team, and not gonna lie, I feel they're a mid team. Like they'd be a playing team without Jokic,
Mm.
but like I think that's what I look at when I also think about voting in MVP is just like the difference that Jokic, Ham, you touched on the on-off minute, like, the on-off minutes when Jokic is on compared to when he's off, what the numbers are like for the Nuggets. So, numbers don't lie, but it's also just visually watching it, you see the difference that Jokic makes to that team. So that's what also I account for, not just looking at, just numbers, saying like, oh yeah, there's actual other stuff that go into it as well that
yeah,
give the vote to Jokic for me.
yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
definitely.
Well, I'm sorry, I just want to round up my Westbrook point because I realized that I botched it. But
No, you're
like
right.
the difference in like Jokic averaging a triple double this year as like a 2nd seed, like winning games, and then like we're talking about a competitive MVP race here. 2017 was Westbrook as a 6 seed, like doing triple double numbers on worse efficiency, winning less, and he got the MVP without a bat of an eyelid, like at a guy that was
Mm.
contributing to winning is what I was trying to say.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
like,
No,
I
yeah,
feel like, same sort of scenario, like big numbers, like, let's reward
And you
people
know
for
what?
exactly.
It's like it's good you bring that up because even if you look at Russ on that OKC team, like as soon as you took Russ off that team, like they look lost,
Mm, mm.
lost as hell. But the fact that Jokic has been able to do that and win is like one of the best seasons, probably close like to all time,
Yeah,
averaging a
he's
triple
dragging a
double for
similar
that. Yeah,
bunch, like
but
ceiling
I
razor,
said
like,
I said this to Jesse and
Exactly
Dobby the
right.
other
Ceiling
day,
razor
like.
is exactly my point for sure.
Yeah.
Mm,
I said this to Jesse and Dobby the other day, like whoever doesn't win, there's always a case that they're gonna get robbed compared to like other seasons we've seen.
yeah,
Like if Jokic wins, there's a case that SGA gets robbed and vice versa. Um, it is a lot closer than what we think just because of voters fatigue too. Like, unfortunately. It's a
yeah.
sad thing to think about. So
All
you
right.
just don't
Well,
want like voters fatigue to like dampen, like what I think is a clear winner.
Yeah.
yeah,
mm.
Like,
agreed.
at the
Yeah,
end of the day, we're here for basketball. Like, well, let's give it to the right person.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Giannis,
All right.
$405 off $5. I'm waiting for it.
Yeah,
Mine's
you
going
should
to
chuck it to World Vision instead.
Landry Shamet.
Andrew Shannon. Killian Hayes
Um,
mentioned.
all right. We'll move on to Defensive Player of the Year. Obviously, shout out to Wemby. That
Yeah.
Yikes.
the that injury sent him back, that blood clot, so he won't be able to retain well gain that. So I think my vote for Defensive Player of the Year is going to go to Mobley. He's been averaging, I think it's 1.7 blocks per game, plus like close to a steal per game as well. And like on a really like good Cavs team, it looks absurd. Like there's not much else. There's also Dyson Daniels. I do want to shout out Dyson Daniels.
A
He's been
shout out to
playing.
Aussie Dice.
Shout
Yeah,
out the
got to shout out Dyson. But
averaging like three
if
steals a
I'm
game at the moment.
yeah,
Crazy.
exactly. Um, I I do like if I'm gonna put a bet on someone to win Defensive Player of the Year, I'm gonna put it on Mobley. Just because the Cavs team is a higher seed, their defense as a team, like Mobley is an anchor for that team, and he's the best defensive player on that team. And if they're a really good defensive team, he's going to be up there in voting. Like
Yeah.
that's just how it's going to be. But yeah, I'm definitely shouting out Dyson Daniels there. And a little shout out to Jaren Jackson Jr. as well. He's been playing pretty well for the Grizzlies, and yeah, they're a top 5 seed in the West. We're a very hard West as well. So yeah, my vote's Mobley.
Yeah, yikes. So I think there's someone that you didn't mention, and I'm gonna spice things up. Everyone already knows I'm spicing things up. And my defensive player of the year, my vote, like Evan Mobley will win it, but my vote's Draymond. Like I like this can be a bias point. I'll admit this, but
Insert
although
UFC
this
clip.
has a serious case, and I think yous aren't giving him credit like as much credit as you should be. Like he guards 1 to 5, and without him, like our defense would be worse in the like one of the worst defenses in the league. Like
You guys are
watching,
top set. Like you guys are seventh, like defensively, like defensive rating
yeah, no, but
wise.
without him, like
And he's
I
backpacking that. Like I am hearing that.
yeah, I like that's what I mean. My vote, like I think Mobley will win it, but my vote, like because I watch so much Golden State basketball, like I see what Draymond is and does for our team when he's not on the floor compared to when he's on it defensively. Like you feel that he can get switched on to like a guard, like SGA, like SGA is going to get his own, but again, you're not looking at that as a complete mismatch. Like Draymond can hold his own. He's probably going to get beat off the dribble like like from a play like SGA, but again, he can move his feet. He knows like he's got that defensive mind IQ. He's a veteran, experience, championship experience, all kind of like plays a factor into the defender he's become. So just purely for the fact that I think he's a better 1 to 5 defender than Evan Mobley. Hot take,
Oh,
hot take. But
that
I
is
think he
odd.
defends better 1 to 5 than Evan Mobley does. Evan Mobley protects the rim better and gets, probably has statistically the numbers better than Draymond, but I'm just going to account for things that don't show up on the stat sheet as much. And Draymond, what he does for like the Golden State team defensively is something I'm not going to like. But
My
yes,
little my little
right.
counter, like you like talk about just he's just a pure impact defender. I'm looking at the top 25 defensive rating right now and I can't find him. And if you're an
Hmm.
impact defender, like where like you say, he doesn't have the steals, blocks numbers there. I'd want that to come up somewhere in those numbers.
Yeah, no, I feel what you're saying there, but like I think if you watch the games, like you still see what he does, like just the switching, like it's even like it can be simple as like when we played the Bucks the other night, he held Giannis to 0 from 7 shooting for the game. Like that's stuff that he's been doing as of late since the Jimmy Butler trade. I think since the trade we're second in defense. And yeah, so I'm just gonna give that the credit. Like I feel it's due, and my vote goes to Draymond, but I do think Mobley will win it. But yeah, shout out Dice as well.
Just before you talk, Bray, I just want to
Yeah.
just discuss about that Draymond pick. Have you been watching a Cavs game? Have you seen how Mobley plays defensively in a fucking Cavs game? He is absurd. Like on the
I'm
court,
not gonna
he
lie,
is
I don't. I haven't seen as much Cavs ball, so that's probably on me, and that's what I'm saying. I'm like, it's probably a biased pick because I don't watch as much Cavs ball. Like I obviously keep up with it, keep up with the Cavs and what they've been doing this year, but I don't watch the Cavs
yeah.
as much. And
I
so I've only like watched a handful of Cavs games this year. So like it's just what I've seen more. If I'm voting off what I've seen, that's that's how I'm voting.
well, yeah, definitely recommend
Oh, I
watching.
just wanted to
Just
shake things up a bit
I'm
too.
with ya.
no, yeah,
I
fair
got
enough. Just
yeah.
yeah, definitely like just watch and see the impact that Mobley has on defensive end on the basketball court, like on the Cavs team. He is absurd. He's like,
All right, I'll take your word for it. I'll start checking in on the Cavs a bit more because I obviously
um,
I haven't as much, so
There's only
I probably
12 games left and they're the 1 seed. Should start checking on
they're not in my conference.
them.
You know what? I'm gonna spice things up even more, boys. I'm going my boy here, Dyson Daniels, youngest
Oh,
player to reach 200 steals since Magic Johnson. He's also averaging more steals like per game than fouls, which I know sounds like a weird stat, but when you think about that, that's actually very, very impressive
it's a
for
great
the type
stat.
of
Yeah.
player he is. I think the last person I can think of that did that was not too long ago, but it was Jimmy Butler on the Heat. But apart from that, it hasn't been done as regularly as you would think. Um, Youngest player to reach 200 steals in a season. Um, yeah, like I said, just beat Magic Johnson. And if we're looking at, I just wanted to say, because I've got the defensive ratings up here as well, between the case of Draymond and Evan Mobley, the Golden State and Cleveland Cavaliers are seventh and eighth. So they're pretty close together for defensive rating. Um,
Hey, that's what I
the
mean.
only,
I don't think it's as wild as he's made it seem
I
out to
don't
be.
think, like after seeing
I
that,
don't
I
think
don't
it's
think it's as
wild.
wild, but
no, it's not.
defensive rating's a hard thing to like, a single player can help that, but it's a team effort at the same time. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
when you look at the Hawks, like the Hawks are 17th, but you know, they've got Trey Young as their point guard. Like he ain't guarding much. And
Yeah.
so things like that can drop, and that's out of like Dyson Daniels' control. And
Yeah.
it's the same thing with the Warriors and Cavaliers. Like one player can't fully control to be number one. Like number one looking at it now is Oklahoma City.
Mm.
And they're all just solid defenders there. So I'm just going with my boy, Dustin Daniels. If we're talking about an individual player and what he's done this season is pretty incredible.
Shout out.
Yeah. No, I like that take. Got a shout out to the Aussies for sure. Dice is tough, so yeah, I'm keen to see what he does moving forward. My depoy, however, I'm going with the green, and that is Evan Mobley as well. I think like talk about like ceiling raiser, like for him defensively, like if their biggest issue going into the playoffs is we're looking at two small guards. We don't have a lot of great defensive pieces around us. Oh, hey, we have Evan Mobley who is fucking 7 foot tall and can guard every single position and block shots at the ring and is super duper mobile. He's seventh in the league in defensive rating, like individually this season. And I think as far as like where the Cavs and their pieces like make them look as a defensive team, like to have them in eighth position, like to obviously complement their incredible offense there. Yeah, I think it's massively down to what Mobley's been able to do. And like you say, Dobby, like and like on that point about Jesse, like with impact in Draymond, like being able to switch, cover all the court, like Mobley does that, but to the best level in the NBA right now, I feel like. So yeah, for me, with his size and length and mobility, for Mobley, yeah, he's the defensive player of the year.
Nice. Yeah. Great call. Shout out
I
Wemby
don't
though. Shout out Wemby.
Yeah,
I don't hate the
Wemby had
pick.
that in the bag. That was
Yeah.
sad to
Yeah,
see, my boy. Love
I
Wemby.
don't honestly I don't hate the pick, Jesse, to be honest. Like,
Yeah. I don't
um,
hate it at all as well.
No, it's not
do you feel
bad.
like Draymond's got better defensively with Butler on that team? Because how I've watched it seems that way.
yeah. Well, I also just think that the team's playing overall better defense with Jimmy there as well. Like it's been evident. They're second, as I said, they're second since the trade deadline in defense. But
Mm.
like yeah, like you see them. I think you're just seeing them bring like more competitiveness on the defensive end. It's like what everyone said when when we went on that win streak after the trade happened that. You know, everyone on the team seemed rejuvenated, and like everyone's been playing really well. And you know, you've got Jerry Stackhouse there as our defensive coach. Like he's been known, like you know, to coach great defenses and stuff like that. So I think he's been doing like a good job. Like he's shown he's been doing a good job all season long. Um,
It's
but
just a
yeah,
different energy around the group. Like
yeah,
that's
exactly
great
Yeah.
as
right.
well. Like that's what's going to elevate Draymond as well.
There's
Like
belief now.
Yeah.
So like Draymond's like, he's always been the anchor of our defense, I feel. But yeah, he just with Jimmy there, he just seems more confident and he trusts the defense more. I feel like that's the thing. And he's always said it in like post game interviews. Jimmy's an over communicator and so is Draymond. So I just think there's lots of I obviously can't hear it when you watch it, but
Mm.
you assume there's a lot of communication going on out there because you're this, as I said, you see all the switching that's happening, the weak side like help and all that stuff. Like, yeah. So it is. I think I give more credit to the team, but Draymond is our anchor, and with him on the floor, like you can see, it shows for
Yeah.
itself.
Yep.
personnel wise, they're playing above their potential as well defensively. Like it's a
Yeah.
good day.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, 100%. Um, we're moving on to Rookie of the Year now. And my pick is Stephon Castle. I think it's pretty clear. Pretty clear running for him. I do want to shout out Khalil Ware though. Like, I said this before, like the draft. He dropped really low in like, well, for me, I think he dropped pretty low. And I said the Heat got the steal. Like that's just my opinion. Like I thought, yeah, they stole Khalil Ware, but like at the start he wasn't getting minutes. Just because I don't know why he just wasn't. And I think they were playing Bam at the five a lot because they had their starting five of Tyler Hero. Um, did they start Duncan Robinson or not? I don't know. I don't really know. I
He's
don't.
on
I
the
think.
Terry,
bench.
I believe.
Oh, okay.
He's off the
And
bench
then
usually.
they had Jimmy Butler and Bam, Haywood Highsmith, all that in their starting five, and they didn't have enough playing time for Khalil Ware. But as soon as that whole Jimmy Butler stuff happened, the trade happened. He's gone to Golden State. There was a bit of a toxicity in the Miami, but like now it's not as much. Not purely because like Jimmy wasn't bad for them. It was just he wasn't happy playing there, and it just like made that Miami team go like, well, I don't really feel like playing. Like, what's the point? Like Jimmy's just chucking up shots. Like,
Yeah,
but
because
now
him
he's
and Spo got into it one game. I think that's where it all
yeah,
started.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, he's gone now, and now Khalil Ware has started getting into that starting role, that starting center, and ever since he started like starting for them, he's been on he went on a generational run. Like he went crazy. He was going absurd. He was just playing
Always.
well. He was defending well. He was like
Overuse of the
just
term generational.
Yeah.
Tevis Glaze right there, bro.
He's been
that's a
underrated.
no,
He's been
come on.
underrated. He's an
He's
No,
been
but I
underrated.
like the fit for sure.
underrated.
Like with Bam's a four, like for that team for me. Like and
Definitely.
like
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
operate better that way. And Khalil, like, he's prototypical. Like he's like and like, I'll touch on it too, but like this rookie class like has a lot of guys that just can do a role. He can just do a job. And like he
Mm,
that's what does the job that, a lot of NBA teams are looking for. You need a rim rolling, shot blocking center, like, and he does it
yeah.
well. So
And
yeah,
he
shout
does
out
it
to
in,
Khalil.
yeah.
He's got a future.
And he can stretch the floor sometimes as well. Like he can shoot
Oh
a
yeah.
three, like if you need to. Like
Hey, to
he's
the
just a
2K
great
players
player.
out there, big shout out Pink Diamond Khalil Ware. That thing could be green and kind of
Um
hash.
No, but definitely, yeah, my pick is Stephon Castle. He's been a very dominant player as a rookie. I think he's starting to start as well. Like without like De'Aaron Fox is out for the season. Is Chris Paul still playing? Yeah,
No,
Yeah.
is he
yeah.
Oh,
back?
he's injured.
No, I think he's
I,
back. I'm pretty sure he's
I
been
think he's
cooking.
back. Yeah. So yeah, him and Castle starting at the guards, and then yeah, he's just been playing really well. And there's like with Wemby not being there and De'Aaron Fox not being there, he's probably going to be the main scoring option on that team. And
Hmm.
he's holding up to it. Like he's getting like I think it's how he's averaging like 14 points, 15 points a game,
Mm.
14,
and
14
like
again.
And also his defense is there as well. Like he's a great defender. He's just a solid all around NBA player, and I'm really excited to see how he develops on that Spurs team.
Yeah, no, just before we like move to off the point that Ham mentioned earlier about Bam being at the four, I feel like that's very similar to what a good example of what the Mavericks are trying to do with AD when he's available, like have the two bigs there, and I feel like yeah,
Mm.
it's a really good option for the Miami Heat to have, and I
You
feel like
got
it's
one that's like versatile and like can
yeah,
score like a Bam and an AD. Like it works, man. Like
I think yeah,
Yeah,
Bam will
proof's
be
in the
or
pudding.
has been more impactful at the four than he has been at the five. I think it's
Yeah.
better.
definitely. Yeah.
Size and versatility is so
Um,
important.
Mm.
So you want to stock
yeah,
up.
but
Correct.
my pick again the same. Stephon Castle, 14-3-3 on the season. I think one player you didn't mention that I also want to shout out that got injured a while back, Jared McCain.
Oh
He
yeah.
was
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, of
Where we
course.
what are
before
we
he went
doing?
down and did his ACL. Like he was the
Yeah,
reason Philadelphia were winning games. Paul
correct.
George's had a really poor season. I don't think he's been. I don't think Philly have played him the way he wants to be played though. So I feel like
Mm.
that has to factor in with it too. But Tyrese
Yeah.
Maxey's, we know what his potential is, but his consistency has always been a factor. He can either come out and give you like 30, 40, 50 bombs, or he can also just come out and shoot like 4 for 13 or something like that. So yeah, Jared McCain was averaging like 20 plus points before he went down and was a massive factor to why Philly were winning games. So I do
Yeah.
feel like he could have made this very interesting and could have been a very good potential front runner to win
Yeah,
it.
definitely shout out. Definitely shout
Yeah,
out.
Shout out Jared McCain, man. That's
yeah,
tough.
yeah. Bro's Bro's a hooper.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
But
real.
yeah, Stephon Castle is the obvious pick there. Can't go past it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll spice some things up here, boys. I'm going Stephon Castle. Um, enough said, really. I don't have any other points to touch on. I don't think there's any talk. I think yeah, no talk of anyone else really competing with him.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, Castle clear pick there. But like this rookie class has actually grown on me a lot since like when it first came in. Like guys that like we haven't touched on. Like I've actually liked Alex Sarr. He's come
Yeah,
on this
Mm.
year.
shout out Alex
Yeah.
Carr.
By the
Yeah.
end of it, NBL prospect. Like saw him do bits for the Perth Wildcats last year. Was rooting
Yep.
for him. So yeah,
Yeah,
good to see he's had a few 20 balls of 34
Mm.
ball in there. And then like other guys that play
was
like
against
just like a
Jokic too. That
what's that?
34. That 34 ball was against Jokic
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Denver.
massive game for him. Yeah,
Massive
so
Mm.
game.
yeah, shout out Sar. Other guys that are just playing a role, like what Wells and Edie are doing on the Grizzlies,
Yeah.
massive fan of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Definitely.
Wells shoots
Yeah.
the rock, can
Wells.
defend.
Yeah.
Edie is the size they're looking for, and shout out to my boy Dalton Connect, the connecting on the triples off the bench for the Lakers. So
Connect
yeah,
four.
but at the end of the day, Castle just makes the biggest impact. He's
Yeah,
got
definitely.
uh, boost their team probably the most out of all the players that we've mentioned. And like, yes, I think it's pretty clear. Castle
Yeah,
is the
unanimous
guy who
there.
plays both sides of the
And
ball. You're wrong.
also I just want to give a quick shout out. I'm totally sorry if I butcher his last name. I've heard five different ways of saying it. Is Zachary Ricochet? Um,
Yeah.
he's actually kind of come around to his own as of late. Like we expected this at the start of the season, but it's good to see like even after all the tough games he went through, probably a lot of adversity being a first round pick and not performing.
Yeah.
Like looking at his last five games, 22, 14, 21, 16, 15, pretty much all above 50% shooting too. So good to see he's
That's
starting
good.
to
Yeah.
come around
Yeah.
Mm.
to himself
Yeah,
and only wish him the best too. So
great,
Mm.
yeah. Point on Zach, but yeah, I definitely wanted more out of him this season. I was like, I
mm,
think I was higher on him than a lot of people were out of the draft. Like you look at
Yeah.
length, size, skill, he's got tools for to be a really good NBA player, and it just didn't
Just
quite put it
hasn't
together.
pushed it.
But yeah,
Yeah.
he's coming on at
Yeah.
the end, so
Mm.
hopefully he can spice up that Hawks team for us next year.
Yeah. Definitely.
On that point too, though, the Hawks have been playing really good as of late as well.
Mm.
Might I?
and Hawks always seem like they only beat like contenders. Like, have you noticed like um
So they're fun.
every time I see them play, they just
Definitely.
beat contenders, but they'll like lose to the Wizards or some shit. Like,
Yeah. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that playoff series against Boston when they beat Boston. That was
Mm.
unreal. It was awesome. I'm just a sucker for underdogs, so it was cool to see Trae Young beat the Celtics there. So it was
We could tell with Khalil Ware, bro. We could tell.
hey, no, shout out the boy. We'll move on to six man
Scott
of the
Bro
year.
blushing.
We'll move on to six man of the year here. Speaking about the Boston Celtics, my pick is Peyton Pritchard. I
Yeah.
think but I do want to, yeah, Malik Beasley as well, and Ty Jerome. Honestly, those are probably my like three favorite, but definitely would go Peyton Pritchard here. He's just been unreal for the Celtics. He's definitely a main reason why they are like uh, one of the best teams in the league. Um, and yeah, there's not much else to say about him. He's just played really well, and yeah,
Yeah, no, obvious pick, Peyton Pritchard. Has identical stats to the men we're just talking about, Stephon Castle, with averaging 14, 3, and 3. But I just think it's the way that he gets his points and what he does for Boston on the floor as well when he comes off the bench. He just has always provides that scoring punch. He's got energy. He's a hustle player.
Hmm.
He's not a cone and he's not a liability on defense. Um, but with that being said, he's also not a great defender, so he holds his own out there. But yeah, I think just the impact of the scoring punch off the bench that he gives the Celtics is always what they need
Yeah,
um, by the time he comes on.
Yeah, I'm with Peyton Pritchard here. There's no other player. Maybe like there's an argument for Malik Beasley, maybe, but I feel like just Peyton Pritchard's just got it covered in the bag at the moment. So
yeah.
You shout out the Wizards turning the year around.
The
Yeah.
Wizards.
Oh,
wait,
the Wizards,
what?
Pistons. Sorry, Pistons. They were like 2-28 last season, like probably one of the worst teams we had ever seen. And look at them now, sixth seed in the East.
Yeah,
Mm.
shout out Detroit. They're gonna be fun. I can see them beating people in the playoffs for
Yeah,
sure.
agreed. Yeah,
Why not?
when it's
Reigns
the
hasn't.
playoffs, anyone can win in the playoffs. So
Yeah, yeah.
All
They
depends on how
match up
Cade
well with a lot
plays.
of teams.
mm.
Cade's great. Touch on Malik Beasley, who is not my six man of the year. Would have been spicy. Little segue there, but yeah, no, Malik Beasley has been hooping for them. Like you talk about scoring punch. He's probably the best in the NBA right now. It's just like he just hits shots, and like when you need him, like yeah, he's huge. But someone who's just even a bit huger, no sussiness, but be Peyton Pritchard, because yeah, Peyton Pritchard, like we've touched on, yeah, he's been great this season, and that's just the patience he plays with. He comes in, he just plays with so much poise, exactly what the Celtics need, and yeah, he hits massive shots for him on a consistent basis. So
Yeah,
yeah, I think it's Peyton Pritchard, pretty easily this season.
yeah,
Bit of a
yeah,
disappointing season, six man of the year, if I'm not lying.
yeah,
Mm.
definitely. Yeah, well,
Like
unanimous
Peyton was
again
pretty
there.
bonkers at the start, but he sort of cooled off a bit.
Who
Mm,
was that?
yeah,
Pritchard, like he was going crazy at the start. He sort of
Yeah.
cooled
and
off.
now he's like, yeah, cooled off now.
Yeah, would have liked to see like just someone be dominant like in other years, or like have it be decent. Like yeah, I don't know. Bit
Yeah.
disappointing, right? If you ask me.
Mm. We'll go on to coach of the year here. I think this is probably going to be another unanimous um, vote here, but my pick's Kenny Atkinson for the Cavs. Um, but also, yeah, JB Bickerstaff for the Pistons as well. It's been good as well. So do want to shout out him. But yeah, my like definite pick is Kenny Atkinson from the Cavs. He's led that team, number one seed. It's just yeah, a great coach, good
Yeah.
offense, or great offense, sorry, and a good defense as well. So
Yeah, no, obvious pick as well, Kenny Atkinson. As you shouted out, JB Bakerstaff, and we are just talking about the Pistons, how they've got a bright future and they look exciting moving forward. But I also just want to shout out as a rookie head coach, JJ Redick. He's
definitely,
he's
Yeah,
not going to
big
win.
time.
Yeah, he's not going to win it, but before LeBron went down, the Lakers were the second seed in the West, and they were playing such good basketball. But as a rookie head coach, to get the Lakers to where they are, even though they do have a stacked squad, still to be able to coach them the way he's been coaching them as a rookie head coach, I feel like deserves a shout out there.
Spicing things up, you boys. Um, it's just because everyone's just going to be voting for him. That's a problem. Um, Kenny Atkinson, what he's done with the Cavaliers is great. Cavaliers were already a very good team before he went there. That I think JB Bickerstaff, man, like he's turned an absolute poverty team around though. Like Cavaliers, don't get me wrong, they're having a great season, number one seed. But JB Bickerstaff has turned a poverty team around. All right, boys. I think Kenny Atkinson's gonna. I think Kenny Atkinson's got it in the bag.
I'm sorry, but
Wow. Yeah.
you like the Cavaliers
Nah,
have had two 15-game win streaks this season.
Yeah, that's off cap, man.
Absurd. Absolutely absurd. He
I
is
see
It's
your
just
point,
like,
well
Bray.
deserving.
I see your point, Bray. Like, yes, massive shout
no,
out to
you don't,
Jay.
Jesse. Shut up.
No, I do. I do. I hear your point. Like, I just touched on it before. They were 2-28 at one point last season, but it's just what Dobby's already said. What Kenny Atkinson has done for the Cavs. Like, they've set records this year with win streaks and stuff like that. So I just think it's just you can't go past it.
Mm.
They have looked like one of the most dominant offensive teams like ever. Like they are like that's a hot take, but they have looked like one of the most
It's
dominant offensive teams ever.
Yeah, I'm about to touch on that exactly, Dobby. That 100%. I got Kenny Atkinson as the coach of the year, and it just is like you watch them play, like he is just like it is different. I hear what Brett you were saying, Braden, that they were a solid team like beforehand, but like they're easily excelling what they were last year, like by a country mile. And he's like you watch them play, he has transformed the way they play offense. Like they have the
100%.
highest offensive rating in the league, some of the highest, like ever. Like what he's brought to their team and like the way they're playing, I think that's pretty cut and dry. Uh, Kenny Atkinson.
Definitely.
What's blood laughing about over there?
Yeah, what?
It was just when we all went silent.
No, I was hearing it.
Nah, nah. Fuck you, JV Bickerstaff.
All right, let's move on.
No, JB.
Bray was just like, oh yeah, I'll vote Kenny Atkinson.
Look, that's the way the tide was moving, I suppose. Like,
We don't judge here. We don't judge here on behind the
no,
basket.
takes it takes. It's what makes it interesting.
We'll move on to most improved.
Yeah.
This I feel like is a two-man race, but I think Cade Cunningham slightly above Dyson Daniels, like slightly above Dyson Daniels, and I'm not going to pick him. I'm going to pick Dyson Daniels. I think I think he's excelled from moving from the Pelicans into that, like getting out of that Pelicans curse and just moving into the Atlanta Hawks and just excelling, like playing like way better. I don't really know the numbers, but he's jumped like so much offensively, like offensive consistency, defense. We knew he was a great defender. We knew that already. But if you told me that he's going to become the one of the youngest players to ever reach 200 steals in a season, in a single season, I'd say you're lying. Like I wouldn't believe that. But to see how far he has improved from that Pelicans curse and jumping onto the Atlanta train and just like playing like unreal. It's great to
Uh,
see, and up for the Aussie as well. Come on.
Yeah, shout out. I think what Dyson is doing too is it really touches on like how situationally in the NBA it just matters so much to players. He has a skill set there sitting in New Orleans. They have DeJounte Murray and CJ
Mm.
McCollum, whatever sitting there. Like you put
Yeah.
him in a role where he can play a two guard. He's there to defend. He's there to run the floor hard. Like and he just shines. Like it shows. Like
Yeah.
you sometimes guys just need to switch up. Just need a role that they're going to excel in, and some confidence, given some leash to run with. And
Mm,
Dyson's been a great example of that this year.
definitely. Yeah.
Uh,
Are you-
yeah, my pick is Dyson just for the fact of it feels weird giving a number one overall player a number one overall pick player a most improved because we kind of expect it from them. Dyson Daniels has just had an incredible season and fully come out of his shell. Cade Cunningham has improved a lot, but it's that same situation. It reminds me of when Ja Morant won Most Improved Player. Like something just didn't sit right with that because he was the second overall pick. We kind of expected him to make that leap. As with, I wouldn't say we expected Dyson Daniels to jump this much this early, this quickly.
Mm,
Um, and even same thing as Christian Braun on the Nuggets. Like he's just jumped up a role and another guy you may have not expected as much, but I feel like just with giving a number one overall pick most improved player is just a bit, I don't know. It just
I
doesn't
get I
sit
get
right
where you're
because
coming
that's what we
from. Yeah.
expect.
I
That's
get
what
what
we
you're saying
expect.
because Jark probably could have arguably been in like the MVP race the year he won
Yeah.
improved. So I think I see your point there. But the
Yeah.
numbers Cade Cunningham's put up this season, 26, 9, and 6.
Is
Like
unreal.
that's top 5 point guard numbers there. Like,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
know,
100%. But the
this
thing is like,
in the East, like the numbers are just kind of too hard to ignore. I feel like the reason why I kind of expected Dice to low-key have a leap this year because I feel like his role at Atlanta got way more increased than what it was at New Orleans. So I feel like his game was always going to take that leap, like the moment
Mm,
he got to Atlanta, because he went from being like a 15 minutes per game role play 3 and D player off the bench for the Pelicans, an organization that's just kind of has been up and down for the last couple of years ever since Zion's got there with the injury bug. But like I expected Dice Loki to have that jump this year, as I said, because the role got changed for him, being going from what he was to like a 30 minutes starter. His defense has always been there, as you said, Dob. And yeah, like the offensive game has taken that massive leap. I just can't ignore Cade's numbers, as I said, 26, 9, and 6 this season. Pistons taking the leap they've took. But shout out the Aussie though, of course. But
mm,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm gonna
yeah,
stick Cade on this
very,
one.
very valid points. The thing like that makes me think Dyson Daniels is like if you were to have the start of the season and Cade last year still averaged 22 from memory. So his
Yeah.
numbers have gone up. And the thing with Cade that makes it most improved as well player is he's also helped his team be better. Um, so it's not just an individual thing for Cade, like the way he's helped that Pistons team come out of their shell and play better. But it's like at the start of the season, we knew Cade, like going back to your point, Jesse, of saying like the jump Cade's made is like the same kind of jump Dyson Daniels has made to that
Yeah, see, I think
level.
Jesse, you probably I agree. Like he's coming into a bigger role with the Hawks, but like you didn't see it as substantial as like he's pretty much
Yeah.
averaging an extra nine
Yeah,
points,
no, like I didn't
guarding the
expect
best
him to
player every
be.
game.
Yeah,
Mm,
I didn't expect him to be like this offensively, but I did feel that he would excel more at the
Yeah,
Hawks. Like obviously I did, yeah, I couldn't predict that he did have the season he is having, but like
Yeah.
his defense was always going to come with him to Atlanta. Um and like yeah, he is in the race, like he could win it. I just think Cade's just been too good. Like he is really good and like as I said, putting up top 5 point guard stats, I feel this season.
yeah.
yeah,
I definitely would not have Cade like before this season. I definitely would not have him in my top 5 point guards in the league right now. Like I
Yeah.
wouldn't have. Yeah,
yeah. He's
like,
hovering there now. Yeah,
but
I'm gonna.
definitely he's
And
definitely he's probably in my top 5 right now.
and there was actually some crazy hot takes on Reddit that I was going over from like a year ago. No, but this is from a year ago that was saying like
Mm,
if you put Cade Cunningham on a contending team, he wouldn't be putting up the numbers he did on the Pistons. And I was talking, this was like last year, people were saying this, so to kind of see him prove those, like his numbers matter,
Mhm.
um, is a big thing.
Kind
Because
of
yeah,
going, they're good.
there was there was people saying like if you put him on a contending team or a winning team, he's not averaging over 20. Now he's on a contending winning team
He's
in the
leading them.
playoffs. Yeah,
Like,
he's leading them. So
Mm.
yeah, I'm gonna slide in and I'm gonna split us here. I'm gonna back Cade Cunningham as well for most improved. I think for me it's just eye test as well. Like the way like you watch how he was playing last year on that like lethargic dead Pistons team. Like and you know, like they've come to play this year. He's come to play. Like he's lifted on defense massively. Like I'm backing him to guard like some of the best guards in the game. Like, you
Mm.
know, it's solid defensively. You know, I think it is Cade Cunningham. He's made a massive impact to winning this year, and the numbers are
Definitely.
boosted, like you say. Like so, he's putting up some of the best guard numbers in the game. Yeah, so I would go Cade Cunningham, but again, Dyson Daniels, we love to see it.
Definitely. Um, all right, we'll briefly go over clutch play of the year, but I don't think anyone really cares. Any
it's just,
NBA fan
yeah.
really cares about clutch play of the year, but we'll go over it just because the favorite is Jalen Brunson, and I probably would just go Jalen Brunson to be honest. He's pretty big in the clutch time. And also yeah, Trey Young is definitely in there. I'll definitely put Trey Young in there. He's definitely a clutch player. He always has been, and yeah, no, Ice Trey. That's his name. So, but I'd probably just give it to Jalen Brunson just because he's the favorite. I don't really follow much like clutch time buckets or
Yeah,
anything, to be honest.
yeah. I just think just because of clutch minutes this year, like the clip, yeah, I think Knicks. I think I'm not don't know for sure, but lead the league in clutch minutes this year. So I think we'll just go to Brunson regardless. But I don't. Yeah, I'm the same. I haven't really been tapping in on the clutch stats
Mm.
this year. So yeah, I guess Brunson.
Give me uh give me Denzel Valentine.
From the hash.
Denzel Denzel Robert Valentine. That's my
Yeah,
clutch player of the year for 24-25 season. Congrats. Is he even in the league?
I'd like to change my pick.
no, he's not.
I'd like to change my
Killian.
pick.
I was between him and Killian Hayes. I wasn't too sure, but I think I'll go Denzel Valentine.
Just imagine it's the fourth quarter. I'm yelling, "Why the fuck Batum in? Give me Nick Batum as my clutch player of the year."
Yeah, true. That was
Where's the SpongeBob stinky
massive
sound
shout
for that
out.
one?
I'm gonna go against the grain. And actually, Jalen Brunson is leading the NBA in clutch time points this year at 6 in clutch minutes. But however, I'm going Nikola Jokic. I've seen him will out some games this year, man, and he's
Mm.
averaging 4 1-1 in the
Yep.
clutch time. Which for those who don't know, I believe it's in the last 2 minutes games within 5. I'm pretty confident that's
Yeah,
clutch.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Great picks. I like Brunson and Jokic. I think it's Jokic. He does more down the stretch for the Nuggets. Willed them to
Yep,
a few
definitely,
games. So yeah.
definitely. All right, well, we'll hop on to this segment. This is going to be a fun segment. It's going to be like a starting five
Oh, that's the
of
awards. Locked and loaded, boys. Damn.
yeah, done the
Yeah.
awards, all done.
Predictions
Um,
are now validated. There's no
yes.
hiding.
Um,
Open your eyes, Jesse.
Research.
You can't.
um,
Bro. So
we'll move on to this fun segment of drafting players 25 and under. Just building a starting five pretty much with players 25 and under. I'll bring up this. Everyone see this?
Hey, we got the big
Yeah,
board.
little spin the wheel. So pretty much this will determine who starts first with drafting and then go from there. Here we go.
That's it for me.
Oh,
Oh.
I
rigged.
got first pick. Um,
Rigged.
and then next pick.
Come
Are we
on.
gonna do snake draft too?
Yeah, snake draft. So we'll go like me first in the first round and then me last in the second round. Braden. Braden up second.
Oh,
Armin Thompson going second.
can be our mentors.
All right.
We, come on now. Guest doesn't
Give
just
it
get the
to
pick.
me.
Oh,
Joke.
the guest gets
This is a
last.
joke.
The guess.
I'm letting all my mates know he's a crap
Um,
host.
Armin.
Wow. Got me scrap card here. You're getting sourced.
All right.
I'm gonna make a thing in my notes for
So,
the players I remember too.
all right. Yeah, same here.
I'm
I'm just
actually
getting
so
up.
disappointed there, bro. Wow, that sucks balls. I
I'm
just wanted to
just
get my
getting
team
up
off on the
docs
right
right
foot,
now.
man.
You should have tanked harder, bro. It's all right.
Yeah, wow.
Bro wasn't tanking.
Dobby rigged the draft.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
facing
definitely.
I'm
Yeah.
facing prime David Stern, man. It's not fair.
All right. Well, I'll start us off. I'm gonna go with a very obvious pick. Give me
Don't do it.
Victor
Don't.
Wembanyama at my center.
We're to take him, dog. That's safe for me.
Couldn't leave
Nah,
him for the
Mm.
guest. You're a grunk.
nah. I'm going Wemby. I'm sorry.
You're a grunkathy.
Braden.
Oh, just having a little look here. I'm stuck between
Yeah.
two people at the moment, but I'm probably just gonna go a safer option here and just go
Mm,
Anthony Edwards.
nice. Yeah, valid.
And easily,
Very
probably easily
valid.
the two best players too. Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Wow.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh, is it me?
No, no, Jesse, Jesse.
First pick
Oh, right. I thought you said ham. Whoops. I was wigging
No,
for a
Jesse,
minute.
you're up.
Oh, that's a great.
with the first pick in the draft.
Third.
Actually, third pick. Give me Ja Morant.
Oh, I had him on my
Ooh.
board.
Ooh.
Wait,
Uh, that's fine. That's fine. All right.
oh, I
So
thought Ja Morant was 26. My bad.
he's just making the cut.
Nice.
Just.
Hamish.
All right. Well, the fourth pick. Guess got to bounce back from last pick. I'm going to take a player that we've covered quite extensively today. Give me Cade Cunningham. Run my offense. He's been
Nice. Yeah. Great
he's
pick.
shown
Great
the
pick.
ball for it this year. So
And you got a back to back, so you're up again.
yeah, yeah, I'm back. I'm back to backing. I'm stuck between. I think I want a scorer. I'm stuck between two guys at my fourth spot, but I'm gonna
Mm.
go Paolo Banchero. I think he was probably a certified all-star this year if he didn't get injured. So
That was my guy right there.
give me Paolo.
Nice. Yeah. Great pick.
I'll see
Jesse
if I'll
Budnick.
see if the other guy slides to
Back,
me.
is it back to me?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Parlo's gone.
Give me J Dub.
Nice. Yeah.
Like it,
Valid.
like it.
Yeah.
J-Dub.
J-Dub,
Cool.
he's pretty versatile.
Nice. Yeah.
All right, I'm just having a look through here real quick. Um, so with my second pick, it was going to be Parlo, but I'm going to go with Tyrese Maxey.
Nice. Yeah. Fair. You guys are fucking idiots. I'm going Evan Mobley.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
mate.
was looking at him.
Mm.
I like
There's a couple of
Paolo
right picks
more
here
than
though.
Evan Mobley for my team.
There's a couple
Wemby
of
and
right picks here
Mobley,
though.
Wemby and Mobley on the same team is going to be absurd.
Who's getting
Just
them
let you
shots?
know.
Who's going to get them shots? That's what I'm asking right now.
So wait, Dobby, you're up again now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
And I'm going to pick up Tyrese Halliburton
Yeah, he's getting them
at
shots.
my four.
Great pick. Dobby's got a great team right now.
I've picked up Hallie at my point.
All right, I'm just having a look at my team. So I got my point guard and my shooting guard sorted. So my next pick here. Ooh.
Gone backcourt.
I'm gonna go. It's a bit of a risky one, but I'm gonna go Chet Holmgren.
Oh, I
Nice.
had him on my
Yeah.
board.
Wait,
That's a good pick.
has Paolo been taken yet?
Yeah,
Yeah, Paolo's gone. Yeah.
I got him, my guy.
Um, Damn, with my third pick, I'm gonna go. This is tough. It's getting tough now.
Mm.
We're talking about him a bit this podcast, so I'm just gonna pick him. Dice. I'm gonna pick Dyson.
Oh,
Nice.
I like it.
Yeah, valid.
Defense.
fair.
Nice.
Yeah, I like it. Actually, who else have you got, Jesse?
I've got Jar at my point and Jade up at my four.
Okay, and Dice to complement that. That's pretty
Yeah.
solid. What I do need though is and I'm very happy that this guy slid to me because I had him on the board on my last picks.
Mm.
But I need some defense to complement those big boys for Dobby down low. So I'm gonna get a versatile big lineup. Give me Jaron Jackson Jr. at the five.
Oh, nice. Nice.
That's massive. That's massive for the
Very
podium.
solid. Yeah.
I got back-to-back draft picks. Just got the dynamic center in Jaron Jackson Jr. So I'm left with my wings. I got a few players on the board here that I like, but I'm gonna sit with the world champion Franz Wagner at my three, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can cook, man. No cap
Yeah.
about it. I need some
Wow.
scoring. I got the Orlando teammates. Let's get it.
I thought I was going to get him. I thought he was going to fall.
Brayden, you got a men, hey.
No, I haven't got a man.
Oh, well, at my three,
He'll trade KD for you if you want.
give me a Men Thompson.
He'll give you KD for him.
He was next on my board, that's for sure.
Mm.
Damn,
One in my heart.
Right?
My go? All right.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've got pretty good scoring on my team. I just want a good defensive center here, so I'm gonna go Derek Lively.
Yeah, valid.
decent
Yeah,
pick,
valid.
man.
Yeah. I think purely because I've got great defenders at the center and power forward. And I think I'm just gonna just pick this guy up just because he's here and he's a bucket and we all know he's a bucket. I'm gonna pick Tyler Hero at
Oh,
my shooting guard.
oh,
And at my small forward, at my wing, um, oh, could go two ways here. Um, I think I'm just gonna go. Hmm, this is so tough. I've got two in mind, but I'm gonna go with Jalen Johnson at my three.
yeah, nice. I really like Jalen Johnson. Is that a bit high for him in this draft?
Mm.
Should he
There's
go
Shout
someone
out,
you
early?
forgot about, Bob. I thought you might have
shout,
picked Scotty
yeah,
Barnes.
I was just about to say shout out
That's
Scotty
a good.
Barnes though.
I would have taken him over Jalen Johnson any day of the week. But
All right, buddy.
It depends on the team around him, though. Like,
Yeah, look at my team, buddy. Come on, buddy.
he's a seriously
No,
under
this is silly. This
and
is silly.
back me up, please.
Yeah, Barnes.
yes, Scotty Barnes is a man. First team
We
all
could have
autism.
even taken Brandon Miller over Jalen Johnson.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
I
Oh,
think I think you're hating on Jalen Johnson, bro. That's
Jalen
fine.
Johnson's pretty good.
I think he's inconsistent.
He's averaging
Yeah.
20 and 10 and 6.
good winning player. Good winning player, I reckon.
Agreed.
I might not be tapping in on Jalen Johnson like that, but I'd still take Scotty Air Barney.
Scotty, yeah, buddy. First team all autism.
Yeah.
Bro, you're up.
Who's up to, Braden?
My go. All
Round them
right.
off.
Well, my last pick in the draft, I'm going Scotty Barnes on my small forward.
Nice. Yeah.
Why did you have to mention him, W?
Hey, Jesse mentioned him.
I had him. I was waiting for Dobby to say Scotty Barnes. I was going to throw my phone.
Yeah, I really wanted him. Really, really wanted him.
Well, with my fifth and final pick for my team, all I need is a center, and I'm going to take Zion Williamson.
To play your center.
Yeah,
6'7".
Oh, let's just say Jesse's team's in trouble.
Actually, no, I changed my pick.
No, he's already picked it.
No.
He's
It's
going to have
not.
Alex Len coming
We
off the
haven't moved
bench
on
because
yet. We
Zion's
haven't
hurt.
moved on yet. We haven't moved on yet. I'm gonna switch my pick. I'm switching to Şengün.
Oh, I was gonna say that was the
Smart
right.
man.
That was the obvious pick.
That's the right pick. That's the right pick.
Team
Yeah.
wrapped up.
All right, so I'm the last man left.
Should we add in a
Look, I
six
want
man so it's fair? Because then Ham's got one more go at first round.
nah. Starting
All right.
five's fine. I reckon. Yeah, no need to overcomplicate. And I'm not overcomplicating it either. I really wanted some defense in my backcourt. I was praising Cade's defense earlier, so we're going to go for that. And I'm getting just certified buckets. Give me LaMelo Ball at my two guard.
Nice.
Let me go.
Yeah.
Let me go get some buckets with Melo.
Valid. Yeah.
We're going to
Couple
outscore every other
threes.
team. It's fine.
Shooting tall dates.
There are some people we did
Two
not pick.
No. Cade's leading the boys. Cade's leading the boys. That's the difference. Ball can just go score. There's no problems there.
Wait, someone I feel like you could have gone Ham at your three that you might have forgotten about. Tari Eason. We're talking about
Tari
him
Eason,
earlier.
yeah.
Yeah, you're not better than Franz, bro. Come on now.
Oh yeah, sorry. No, well, when
not-
you were thinking about, you could. I mean, you could put
Defender.
Tari.
I could have put Tari in there, but LaMelo's way better than Tari. That's why.
who's-
Like
yeah.
LaMelo's a beast. Like he's a really good
Mm.
offensive force.
Who's your point guard?
I got Cade.
Okay.
Cade in there.
And Cade and LaMelo. Yeah.
You got the board there, Dobby. Can we debate who's gonna win?
Hang on. Let me. Well, I've got. Should we just read out who we've got each?
Yep.
At my point guard, I've got Halliburton. At my shooting guard, I've got Tyler Hero. At my small forward, Jalen Johnson. At my four, I've got Mobley. And at my five, I've got Victor Wembanyama.
This is big.
We're bananas.
All right,
Oh,
okay. Dobby's got a really good team. Okay.
I've got Ja Moran at the point guard. I've got Dyson at the two, Amen Thompson at the three, J Dub at the four, and Şengün at the five.
Nice.
Hey, I like that team.
All right. So for my team, I've got Maxi at the point. I've got Anthony Edwards at shooting guard. I've got Scotty Barnes at small forward, Chet Holmgren at the four, and Derek Lively at the five.
Damn.
Who was your two, sorry?
Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, that's right.
We all got pretty solid teams out of this. My final team, I got Kate Cunningham at the one, LaMelo Ball at the two, Franz Wagner at the three, Ben Caro at the four, and Jaren Jackson at the five. So solid stuff. If I wrote down all the teams. And look, in my professional coach giver's opinion, I would lean towards Dobby's team probably.
Well, yeah, it's going to be hard if you have Wemby on your team, I guess.
That's Wemby, Mobley, Hallie is you got a perfect combination of players there, I reckon. Like as far
Yeah.
as who's got the best combination of players, low key, I
Combination.
think is Dobby. Jesse, you're missing a bit of offense and size, I think, to compete with us.
Mm.
Really? I reckon I've got I don't know, Amen and Dyson there, and
Need some shooting, bro. Need some shooting out of those two with Jar.
yeah, that's
Ja-
true.
Yeah, Ja cannot. Like he's been shooting more consistently now, but Who would you
Braden,
rather
I
shoot
really
it?
like
Who
your
who would
team
you
too,
rather
but
shoot a three?
probably need some more defense. Same as my team, I need some more defense, but
You
we've
got
got good
Triple J
scoring.
there.
And we got great interior, so yeah, I,
Hmm.
I I think I like myself at second place if I was ranking them.
Yeah, I
But
feel like I
W
might thinking
W
about
would
it.
take the
I might
cake.
have drafted Dyson a bit too high.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
maybe
He has
think
too.
I
potential
think you
though.
could. To be fair, if you didn't go Dyson, I probably would have picked him up instead of Tyler Hero.
Yeah,
But Tyler Hero is a
just because we were
bucket
talking
getter.
about him all
Yeah, I
episode.
think Hero fits your team really well, and he's
Yeah,
underrated on defense a little bit. Like Hallie and Hero are
yeah,
not
yeah.
not traffic cones. Like,
Correct. Yeah. We'll do our last segment of the day. Um, and just to wrap it up, thanks for joining, Hamish, by the way. Appreciate
oh,
it.
no worries, boys. It was a blast talking ball.
Um, we'll finish it up with Podal. Everyone can see this, yeah?
Yeah, cracker.
How many ads? No way. Um, all right. So I reckon we go one guess at a time. I think we have
Oh yeah, good
eight. We
call.
have
Good
eight
call. We gotta
guesses. We
get
have
down
eight
there, boys.
guesses, so we get
We
two
need
each.
to.
Who would be a
Yeah,
good player to start?
I'm going to start
Like,
off with
yeah. You're good.
um. Hmm.
Is this all-time players too, or
No, just current
Just current.
players like right now. I'm gonna go
yeah?
with Keon Johnson.
Oh, what a pull!
All right, so they are in the East.
So they're in the East.
It's good.
They're taller than 6'5". They're older than 23, and their number is lower than 45. And Jesse, you're up next. I'm guessing.
um,
Fuck.
well,
This could be like. So he's in the East, not in the Atlantic Division, not a
Well,
Not
actually,
a
guard.
I think
guard.
I have a good guess that will help us like get closer to it.
Yeah.
all
Okay.
right, you go then. Go on then, man.
Maybe we go Al Horford. I reckon.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because his numbers and like well, I think all the things line up. What number does he wear? Sorry, real quick. Oh, he's 42.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
it says
Fine.
below
Yeah,
Yeah,
42.
he's lower than
Maybe
45.
maybe go Giannis then. That's probably a bit better. I
Oh
reckon
yeah, I like
Giannis.
Giannis. Everyone's happy with Giannis?
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, giant.
giant.
Okay, so he's a forward,
Oh,
Forward
Uh,
choice.
younger than
lower than
thir oh,
6'11.
younger than
Jalen
30.
Johnson.
we're looking in the wrong
Nah.
division right now
Jalen
too.
Johnson's like 22, I'm pretty sure. Or 21. He's young.
Could it be a Heat
Forward.
player here?
Yeah,
Andrew Wiggins.
southeast. It could be.
Could be
Hmm.
Southeast, yeah.
It
Eh,
has to be. We're in the wrong division.
Is Wiggins older than
Wiggins.
30?
How old is Wiggins?
Surely he's older than 30
Older
though.
than 23.
Yeah, obviously older than 23.
And
Did they
Andrew,
classify him as a
he's younger
guard?
than 30 though, so the guy's in his prime.
So
That's
he's
sort of
probably
what
like
I'm after.
27-ish, like
What in
26,
the East?
27.
I reckon Wiggins could be a pick. It's low, not jersey number lower than 34 too.
How old's Jalen Johnson?
He's like 22.
22, yeah, okay.
We
Yeah,
can go
right.
Wiggins. We happy with Wiggins?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Southeast. He's a
Well,
forward.
okay, yeah. Cooking.
Yeah,
So he's
Not
in,
Miami.
not Miami.
so it have to be Orlando then if it's Southeast, right?
It could be Atlanta, Charlotte, or Washington as well.
Okay.
Mm,
So forward above 6'7", younger than 30, numbers below 22.
Yeah, right.
so Brad, you have a guess now. He's
Yeah.
like he's close to 6'11". So he's like probably he's 6'10" or 6'9".
All right, all right. Probably looking
He's
power forward range. Low
France.
number in his prime.
I was just about to say France.
Yeah.
I can go France.
But
Frank
what's his
Kaminsky.
number?
Ooh, he's on
Ooh,
Orlando.
22 as well.
6'10".
Boys. Well, Orlando.
Wendell
yeah,
Carter
bro.
Jr.
The age. He's not fucking. Nah, Wendell's a center, no?
Yeah, Wendell's a center.
So it's a forward, power forward, or
Do we?
Small forward.
I
It's
know who it
definitely not
is. I
Banchero.
know who it
I
is, but
was
I'm not going to
I was
say it.
thinking Ben. What? Not Bankero.
No, no, I know who it is, but I'm not going to say it. I want you guys to guess
Is
it.
it Jonathan Isaac?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, Jonathan Isaac. Eagle.
Two. Oh.
There we go. Good stuff, boys.
Yeah. Nice. Nice, boys. In five guesses. Wow.
Nice. That's pretty good. Jonathan Isaac. Dubs.
W's on the
Ah,
pedal.
Just before I say goodbye to you guys, I just want to highlight that our Instagram is currently taken down. Uh,
What?
we're we're looking we're looking to fix this. We're in works. We're talking to Instagram, trying to get this done and sorted. Um, and yeah, it's. I'm not going to say anything about it, but we're in the works to try and fix it. So
silly,
yeah.
silly.
Cringeworthy.
I'm fighting for it.
Um,
Let the boys ball out. Come on
I'm
now.
into these Donnies. Don't worry about it.
um, thank you guys for watching.
you can have car crash reels, but you can't have some NBA content. It's ridiculous.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. Thank you, Ham. Appreciate you hopping on the
My
pod.
fellas. No worries.
Yeah, round of applause. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one.